good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody watching from wherever you're watching us from. This is Ola. You're welcome again to another edition of Slum to Stardom. It's good to be back here. Last time we have an Olympian join us on the pod. Today we have another Olympian, but before I go straight to him, Choma is back here with us. Choma, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So good to be back here with all of us and saying welcome to another Olympian.
Another Olympian. So before we go to him, Azu, Old Niger is back here. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. It's been a long time, over a month since we last had the last podcast episode. So it's great to be back.
How has been your work in the grassroots? Has it been?
A bit quiet for the meantime, but hopefully things will pick up towards the end of the year.
Okay, wonderful stuff. Yes, back to our main man here. We have another Olympian, just like I said earlier. Mr. Obinna Nsofor is right here. I think we need to drum roll. We have him here to join us on the pod. We had to beg Old Ninja to kidnap him on the good side, so that we can, cause he has a busy schedule, and we had to just squeeze him and say, please just come. And we really appreciated what he has been doing behind the scene to support the brand, to appreciate what we do. Mr. Nsofor, how are you, sir?
Thank you for having me. Good morning, guys. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here with these amazing people here that have been doing a fantastic job, and I can't wait to share everything that we have for you guys.
Okay, all right, wonderful stuff. Obinna means father's heart.
Yeah,
I think what you are doing now is just in cognizance with your name. It's a big father's heart for you to be here. We are so happy to have you join us. Can you just tell us a brief about who Obinna Nsofor is?
Well, like you guys know, my full name is Nsofor Obinna Victor. I'm from Anambra State, Nigeria. I grew up in Jos. I was born in Jos Plateau State, where I went to school, primary and secondary school. Basically, well, what else can I say? I'm an ex-international, ex-football player, and now I'm into football management.
Oh, sweet. Football management. And I know your man have a lot of things in stock for you. Before I hand you over to him, because I know he's loaded. But can you just tell us your early memories from the grassroots to the internet? Just in brief.
To be honest, if I start talking about my early memories from the grassroots, I don't think we'll be able to go home today.
Just in brief.
The fact is that, I had a huge experience as a grassroots player, coming from Jos, where you have so many likes of, ex-internationals like Michael B, Sondemba, Onazi, Ahmed Musa. I'm just talking about the younger ones. You had, James Obiora, Benedict Akwebu. There's a lot of them. So even, for example, I have to say this, the likes of P-Square used to play football. They were in Jos. They started playing football. There's a music that he sang. Both of them, they sang. They used to play football. It didn't work. And then they switched to music. And fortunately, I went to the same secondary school like them, St. Morumba's College in Jos, and it's an amazing place, amazing school. They bring up a lot of talent. A lot of talent
in the school.
Yes, that school. A lot of talented students, not only in form of intellectual, but in sense of other departments. In general, the likes of, we call ourselves Smallba.
Smallba.
St. Morumba's Old Boy
Smallba.
Association.
Smallba.
So they are vastly everywhere in Nigeria. For example, you know M.I. Abaga.
M.I. Abaga.
Oh, he
He's
went
also
there
from
too.
He went to
Jos.
St.
He went-
Morumba's College.
You guys have stars then.
Yeah, we have a lot.
So he's a,
I love-
he's a
I love
Smallba
football, so-
alumni.
Yeah. So, like you asked about how my grassroots experience was. You know, I had amazing grassroots, you know, time, let's say period. You know, I had so many teams which I played. I started with Golden Boys. Why I'm saying this, most people that knows me, especially in Jos, Plateau State, they know all these things that I'm saying now. I started with Golden Boys football club when I was very, very young. Let's say I started when I was 9 years old playing with Golden Boys, you know. And from there, obviously, after school going, it's just like, you know, it's not even a registered back then.
Back then.
It's not a registered academy. But, you know, from there, we were playing, having fun, you know. When you are 9 years old, you have fun. You just enjoy yourself. But, you know, it was a passion that, you know, grew in me right from when I was. My mommy used to make this statement that I started playing football when I was in her stomach. Yeah, my mommy used to tell everyone, everyone that comes, you know, especially people that, you know, that she meets, that comes to our home, and she used to tell them that I started playing football when I was, you know, in her stomach, and, you know, when I was like few months, almost a year. When I see my brothers are playing together, I would like want to jump out of her hands and you know join them and start playing. So, you know, there was this passion about football when I was young, when I was very little, and, you know, it started with playing with my brothers, you know, at home.
Okay.
And then from there I started playing this academy, like I told you, from 9 years old. From there I switched to another academy. It's called 11 Stars in Jos, and these two teams were basically the grassroots.
Yeah, your grassroots.
Teams that I played.
So we can actually say that what inspired your choice of sports is a little bit spiritual. Because mom said you've been playing since you were womb.
If you can say that, yes. If you can say that, actually, there are other personal things that are attached to it that I wouldn't like sharing on the television. But if you reminded me of, you know, something like that, that is some sort of spiritual.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So when did you now realize that you can actually make a career out of this?
Well,
at what point?
That's a very, very important question. I would say I was still in secondary school then, and we normally go to play. There's this competition. It's called Shell Cup.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if you.
I've heard about Shell Cup before. Yeah.
I've been playing several competitions. You know, grassroots competitions in Jos. Also, there's this competition they used to call Igbo League. I was
in Jos.
Yes, it's
Igbo League.
famous. Very, very famous.
Is it still there?
I don't know. It's been quite a long time.
I know they play it in Abuja here, though.
Yes, they do play it in
Abuja.
Yes, it's famous in Jos then. Very, very famous. And, you know, I used to play with, I was so young, like 13, 14. I used to play with older men, bigger people, and I will come out and like destroy them, all of them. And just right from there, a lot of people, because back then it's not something to be ashamed of. My mom used to cook. My mom was a cook.
Okay.
She used to sell food. She normally cooks at home, and then she takes it. There's this food they call ukwa. It's called breadfruit in English. My mom used to do that.
Okay.
Normally she, after cooking it, she takes it with her, and then she goes to this place that most of these Igbo people that used to play Igbo League and they know me very well. And they know her, and they tell her, you see that your son? Very soon you'll be surprised he will be flying in the aeroplane going to play in abroad one day. And she'll come home and she'll be telling me all those things. I was quite young anyway. I was just having fun. Then I was still in secondary school, but I was having fun playing football. And like I said, when I went to this competition, Shell Cup, that was when I knew that this could be something. Yes. I represented Jos.
Okay.
Because you have to play the preliminaries and qualify in Jos, and then as the team that's representing
the
state, and then you go for the national. And I remember we played against a lot of players back then.
Care to mention?
There's this player they call Chukuma Kabweze. He plays in Turkey.
Yes.
There are other players as well that were involved in the tournament. That was the tournament that really
exposed you.
Yes, it gave me that
confidence.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Should we say confidence or the exposure?
Yes, it gave me that exposure. I was able to compete with tough opponents. I'll give an example. The team that we really were head to head, the state that were really head to head, that time back then, there's this always rivalry between Jos and Kaduna. Kaduna had amazing team. Amazing young players. So that was the tournament. I think we got to semi-final, and and these Kaduna people, they knocked us out.
Shout out to Kaduna people.
They knocked us out. It was so painful. So that was the competition that actually made me felt like I had something to grab in football.
So was it from that competition that you transitioned to the MPFL?
Yes, actually, yes. It was that after that competition, and after schooling, and then I decided to take a shot. Take a shot at I remember vividly, I took my football boots. I went on screening myself. I started with Mighty Jet Football Club.
Mighty Jet, everybody mentions Mighty Jet.
What a team. What a football club. What a memory. What a football club. Unbelievable team. It's a team that is known just to, launch raw talents. Like, it's amazing the way the amount of football players that that came out from Mighty Jets, and they were able to blossom in other parts of the teams in especially in the MPFL.
Sweet. Hazu, you have something for him.
So your first club here was Mighty Jets, and then after Mighty Jets, your next club was, I believe, Kwara United?
No, Plateau United.
Okay, Plateau United. Okay, it was at Plateau United. What was your experience like? Because I knew that most MPFL players, then they always start from the feeder team before they progress to the first team. So what was it like playing the feeders league then?
Well, to be honest, I had the opportunity back then to be able to play in, it's not that I'm bragging or whatsoever, to be able to play in one of the vibrant, generation of Nigerian players that, they were on fire, to be honest. And during my time, we were playing against people that were matured, like the likes of Obinna, the likes of Victor Ezeji. You play against Eyimba, you play against Vincent Iyama, and Okemiri, all of them. You live there, you go to Rangers International, you play against top names. You live there, you go to Kano Pillars, the same thing. So I had the privilege to be able to play in, I would say, in a Nigerian league that was really, really tough. Was really, really tough. Not that I'm, belittling the one that we have now.
No.
It's not that, but I can beat my chest and say back then, for you to win a game, you will suffer. And then back then, the fans were really into Nigerian football, not like the way it was now. The fans were something else. You come to stadium is packed, it's full. Both, like, I give you an example. Plateau United and Mighty Jets are playing against each other. Oh my God!
Whole of Plateau shut down.
Oh my God!
Derby game.
Oh my God! The whole of Plateau is shut down. The amount they used to bring military men for that.
For them game alone.
Yeah. It's only military men. Even with the military men, they are not scared of anything. I'm talking about Mighty Jets fans. They are not scared of whatsoever. So it's a great honor for me to be able to have played in a club like this, because it's a very prestigious club in Jos, and the Obinna and Nsofor that so many people know today started back from Mighty Jets. That's the truth, and from there it transcended to playing for Plateau United, and after Plateau United, I played in three teams in the FPFL in Nigeria before I had the opportunity to travel.
Before he goes on, were there any key names that you can pinpoint that these are the people that you can't forget that helped you transition to the league? Key people, just mention like one or two.
Well, there was this friend of mine, because you have to give kudos to whom. There was this friend of mine, that he really helped me a lot back then. His name is Baba Mohammed. They call him Igwe Lecturer. And he really helped. He made everything a little bit smoother for me back then when I went for screening in Mighty Jets, and from there to Plateau United. He was someone that most of the young players, for example, like me, like Mikel Obi, were very close together with him. You understand? And he really gave us that that confidence. There was certain times that we wouldn't have the basic things like football boots and all those.
And he'll be the one to be buying those
to help us out. Even if he's not the one, that he will find a way to to get it. And I have to give kudos to him.
So shout out to Mr. Baba Mohammed. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, because those are the kind of people that we need. Because the challenges you mentioned,
and he's still doing that up till now, and he's still he's still doing it. He's into football management as well, and he's still actively doing all those things that he's doing up till now.
Sweet. Hazel?
Okay. Speaking of Mikel now,
you
know what Mikel is doing with media and all that these days. What was he like as a player then in Plateau United? As a person, as a person, as also as a player.
He was an outstanding chap. He was a young, talented football player. Even back then, he to be honest, he was more of enterprising. That's the right
So
word.
it's not new.
Yeah, he was more enterprising as a football player than what he was at Chelsea. Many people just know Mikel Obi, excuse me, when when he was playing at Chelsea. But back then, when he was very young, when he started, he was more enterprising. He was more of JJ Okocha, if I may compare him with. He's not exactly like JJ Okocha, but he was something like that. He was more attacking player than a defensive player. So that's the Mikel Obi that I knew then. I played together with him in Plateau United. I can't remember this season actually.
2003, 2004.
Yes. So no. As a player, like I said, you can see his raw talent. He was highly talented, like with both feet, the way the elegance that he plays.
Oh yeah.
You understand? That's the truth. And then even back then, when he had the football on his feet, you can't take it away from him. It's impossible. He's that young and playing in against top matured men. We were that young and we were playing against top matured men. So it shows the maturity that we had. It's just like, for example, players like, Lamine that is playing now in the national team of Spain. You can see the charisma, the
at that young age.
Unbelievable. So I would say we were like that when we were younger. Mikel Obi was like that.
Okay. Well, what about as a person?
As a person, to be honest, back then I had good relationship with him, and he was a fantastic, normal, very, very. He was reserved though. He's a shy person. Back then, he's someone that is reserved. Well, we all grew up, and we are all men now. He has a family, I have a family, and you don't expect everybody to be the same. He has his own, his own opinions and the way he thinks, and I have mine as well, and that's how God created everyone to be.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, you spent a short time at Eyimba and then Kwara United before having that transfer to Kiev. But during that period, before that Kiev transfer, you had a legal battle then for signing for two clubs, International and Kiev. What was the experience like? Because FIFA banned you at that time for like 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. What was the experience? What was going through your mind during that ordeal?
Okay, first of all, let me get this stuff clear. I never played for Eyimba. Okay. A lot of people thought that I played for Eyimba in Nigeria. Like I mentioned earlier before, I played for only 3 clubs in Nigeria: Mighty Jet Football Club, Plateau United, and Kwara United. I never played for Eyimba. Yes, back then you have the opportunity to be able to get a player from the other club. They had my transfer from my club, Kwara United, but I never played. I was in the national team then when I had the under 20 national team, when I had the opportunity, to travel out for trials at International, Inter Milan. So I never played for Eyimba, not even one match. But I got transferred from Kwara United to Eyimba, and at the end of the day, when I secured my deal in Inter in Europe, the transfer came through Eyimba, but I never played any game at Eyimba. So just like you said, yes, it's a long story.
just
It's a long story. Why I was banned from playing for 6 months. It started, and I traveled as a young lad. I was 16 to 17. I was 17. I traveled to Brazil with an agent. He's called Marcelo Houseman.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went there. He was he was my guardian. You know, he had the power of attorney to be able to, you know, to travel with a young player, because then I was a minor.
Yeah.
So he had the power of attorney from my parents, from my parents to be able to present me,
Represent you
as a player. So we had this opportunity to travel to Brazil, and that was my first time to travel out of Nigeria. So I went to Brazil to trials.
Yeah, for trial.
And we were 3 of us. We were there's Ifeanyi Obadaya, there's Kolawale Anubi. We were 3 of us that he had the same contract relationship contract agreement to be able to find or secure us a team in abroad. So at the end of the trials, we stayed there almost 3 months, and the club there, it's called International do Porto Alegre. That's the name of the club.
Okay.
So they wanted my service. Yes,
yeah.
they wanted my service, and they prepared the contract and whatsoever. But and Marcelo Houseman, actually, because he was our guardian, he had the power to sign on our behalf and also to make us sign the contract. But I will come back to this. That's why it's important, the education, what we were discussing before, for football players to be able to have that, you know, that education here in Nigeria, to know the FIFA rules before traveling out of Nigeria, to know the implications of what they are about to go into, of signing a contract or signing a professional contract.
Yeah.
Back then, I didn't know anything about, you know, the FIFA rules and stuff like that. And by the way, like I said, I was a minor, and Marcelo Houseman has the power,
the power of attorney from your parents
to sign on our behalf. So the team there in Brazil, they wanted me mostly as the player. They were interested in me, and you know, so he signed the contract and made us sign, and it was all written in Portuguese language. There was nothing like English.
No translator.
Nah, not at all. So, and we had total confidence in him as our guardian. So before your parent give
the power to
they've
handed you over to him.
Yeah. So he signed the contract, and then he told them that he will come to Nigeria and get our ITC.
Yeah, international transfer.
So, you know, we were there still training, everything, you know. They were waiting to register us because the contract was signed. But unknowingly for me, in the contract, there was a clause in that contract.
There's always a clause
saying that if I don't honor the contract and I don't play for the team, or if another team comes up and
to take
and
you.
take me, they have to pay $20 million.
Wonderful.
And it was written in Portuguese.
Of course. It was written in Portuguese.
Those are the
all in
problems.
Portuguese language. So, and we signed that. You understand? So he took money and left, and promised them that he's going to get our ITC and stuff like that. And then we waited for almost 3 months for him. Nothing.
He left you guys there.
Yes, he left us there.
Jackpa.
He left us there.
Young
I am still in contact. Unfortunately, may his soul rest in peace. If I am is no more.
Okay.
But Kola Wale Anubi, I speak every time with him. He can say the same thing. So, unfortunately, we cannot travel
out.
The club had our passports.
Wow.
We had to, I had to beg them, plead with them that, listen, I had to go back to Nigeria to convince. It was back there, Eimba was with my transfer. It's the same Eimba. That we were calling Marcelo Houseman, his number is not nowhere to be found. So.
And he had collected money.
Yes, no.
Collected money. I don't want to mention the amount he collected, but he collected money from the team and then traveled and telling them that he's going for our international transfer certificate. But he never showed up. And we were calling, he never answered our phone. So I had to beg the president then of international just to allow us come to Nigeria, telling him that once we get, we'll plead with Eimba to let our parents go. But we came back, but Eimba refused anyway. They are valid because my transfer was already transferred to Eimba. So there's nothing I can do about it. And that was how eventually when I signed in Europe, after the first season that I played with Chievo Verona, because I was on the contract with Inter Milan, and Inter Milan loaned me to Chievo. So when I was with Chievo, I played the first season, and after the first season, International reported the case to FIFA. And that was how I was suspended for 6 months with a fine.
So that was the story behind it.
So that was the story behind it. So coming back to what I was saying, most of I can even beat my chest now. Most of the young chaps in Nigeria, they don't know the rules and regulations that are involved in football. It's the truth. They don't know. They don't know.
The only thing in every young
boy's
mind, they just want to.
No, they are not being taught here. They are not being taught.
No education.
Nothing, my brother.
It goes back to what I keep saying. Do you understand? I keep talking about educating the grassroots players.
Yes.
Because they're always at the receiving end of all this.
Absolutely.
The FIFA rules are usually like big books. Sometimes they have like 8 files
for
just
one
to
case.
read for one case. Like the one of Emilio Soy.
Yes.
I downloaded it. It was about 10 pages. So how are you going to read this to a boy who is hungry to play football? So why don't they just make it visuals? Do visuals instead of reading. Some people just get tired from reading. Imagine what happened to him.
And sorry to cut you short. These are the things that are happening. They have
Still
been happening. They're still happening.
happening.
I give you an example. For example, if I had known that asking them that they should present me the written contract in the language that I know,
In English.
in English, I have the right to ask them to demand for that. If I had known
that's a way out.
Yes, that might be a way out.
Please transfer this in English. Let me know what I'm about to sign.
So that I can go through
Translate
it
yes.
and know what I'm about to sign.
But it was Mr. Houseman's job to actually tell you.
Yes, he's
but
your guardian.
that's what I'm saying. If if the players here knew that they have to tell their agent
That's the lesson.
to demand for that.
That's the way out.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because they have to know this.
Yeah.
This is the truth. They
Don't
have
just
to
be
know
eager
all
to
these
sign
stuff.
anything.
Yes.
Know what you want to sign.
Imagine that it was a 10 years contract that was in that.
That means you
just
can't
be
leave them.
Yeah.
You just
I
be a
didn't know
slave
what
to
I was
them.
signing.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
No, that was what.
So I just want people out
let him
there.
finish, yeah.
I want people out there to. This is a serious thing.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Yeah, there should be some sort of things that is set up to be able to educate our grassroots players. It's fundamental.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. What I was about to say, that was what also happened. We can link it with what happened to your colleague, Mr. Femi Ajilore,
Yes.
where the challenge he had with his transfer, that he didn't know that they put a clause that of maybe 30 million. So he now made him, nobody could pay.
For growing grain.
You see, he could not leave.
Yes.
And to be honest, he didn't know.
He said he didn't know that kind of clause was in that
He
contract.
didn't know.
And it affected him.
And perhaps it will be in Dutch language, or what
Yes.
country was it?
I think that was
Netherlands.
the Netherlands.
Since that was an eye opener for me. Since that stuff happened to me, I started getting familiar with
Involved
the rules.
with
Starting to study the rules and regulation about how football players, what they need to know concerning going into contracts with the club. And it helped me. I didn't make anywhere, all other contracts that I signed, you have to present it in English to me.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's the truth.
That's the best. Yeah.
Speak in English.
I have to see, I have to understand. I have the rights for this to understand what I am writing.
About.
Both management, like agent contract, all of them, you have the right to demand for it in the language that you understand. In the basic language, if you are Spanish, you demand in Spanish. You have three general languages in FIFA.
Yeah.
English, Spanish, and French. So in these three, if you don't know any of them, they will translate it in your language.
That's the best.
It's true.
Wow.
That's a lesson to every young boy and girl out there. You've heard from him.
Yeah.
Don't let any agent or scout push you to sign anything. Understand what you're about to sign, because it tells. Don't be so eager that I just want to live in Nigeria, or make I just come out.
It's quite unfortunate. A lot of these young players, they have been victims, and
they are still
some
victims.
of them are still making
Victims
the same
of
mistakes.
that.
You know, I don't understand. Maybe due to frustration or the eagerness to just leave.
I think it's just eagerness to just leave.
So a lot of them are falling into.
It was the same experience with Brownie there 2 years after your own case too.
Okay.
Same
Wow.
thing. Yeah.
So please, guys, young guys, listen up and learn.
Yeah, wonderful. You have something for him for Kevo, yeah.
So you signed for Kiev in 2005-2006 season, but they got relegated that first season you were with them. What informed your decision to stay back?
To be honest, I had quite like offers from everywhere coming after that. It was the second season.
Your second season?
Yeah, not the first season.
Okay.
So I had quite offers coming. There was this team then that were really interested in me, Fiorentina, in Florence. My president then, his name is Campedelli. He refused, and not only me, he insisted that all the players remained because he wanted to go back to Syria, and he was right, because you know, every player remained, and I tried my possible best to leave, but it didn't work out. I had to stay, and you know, we ended up winning the league and coming back to Syria.
Then after this coming back to the Serie A, you went to the Olympics. That's the following year. You had a wonderful run in that Olympics. You, Victor, Peter Odemwingie.
yeah.
I think these two, then
Chinedu
Obasi, the
Obasi.
three of you.
Three in attack.
Three of you in the attack.
Yeah.
Then Isaac Promise was more like the foil.
Yeah,
That team.
you had also Solomon
Okoronkwo too,
Okoronkwo.
yes, because he too was a vital cog in the way the team played.
Was really
What made that team special? Because aside from the 96 team, that's the next best team that Nigeria has ever presented in the youth category.
Yeah, it was indeed a special team. I will say it was the bond that we had starting from the under 20s, because most of these players we played together on the 20s. So it was that bond, the togetherness we had, the understanding we had within us. And we had a coach that we really believed in.
Yes,
Yes, Sam Sisi. We were playing for ourselves, first of all, and we were playing for our country as well, but we were playing also for the coach. That's the truth.
Wow.
We were playing for him. Because he contributed to so many of the players that were in that team. You could see the likes of the only addition that was there was Peter Odemwingie. The likes of Solomon Okoronkwo, Promise Isaac, may his soul rest in peace. Solomon Agbo, Solomon Okoronkwo, Femi Ajilore,
Olufemi Adebayo.
Bayo was there, may his soul rest in peace. Yeah. Solomon Chubuzokwonkwo.
Yeah.
What's his name? Efe all of us, Monday James, all of us, Dele Adeleke, all of us we played from the under 20s together. So we knew ourselves, we know how, each and everybody
positioning of everybody.
We understood ourselves very, very, very well. And another thing that really helped us was there was this camping that we did in South Korea. We camped for almost a month and a half there. We were playing a lot of friendly games together. And, we were in fantastic shape. So it really helped us, and players with experience like Odemwingie, came and really added the spice there.
Spice there.
It was unfortunate we didn't win. We didn't win the gold, and we were promised a lot of things back then.
This same promise.
We were promised a lot of things. Nigeria, my country. Nigeria. We are still hoping on. We are waiting on our promise. Even those ones that played in the World Cup 1994, they were
also promised.
They were promised, and they
took long.
They fulfilled the promise.
After
please,
25 years.
Now they hear me. I beg now, God.
Maybe we should wait for that. There's for 25 years.
No.
Maybe it has to be another.
Come on.
That would be too long.
That would be too long. I mean,
yeah,
that's long.
So I think it's a call out there to.
Yes, it's a call of plea. We are pleading on behalf of all the team.
The 2008 set.
We are pleading with the people in power. Remember your promise.
Yeah.
But it's not the first time. Even I read a documentary. I read an interview. Or I watched an interview of Haruna Ilerika, the late Haruna Ilerika. That was played in the 70s and all that. They won the All Africa Games in 1973. Also, after they won it, go and promise them that they're going to give them this and that and that.
Wow.
The next year was when they now finally met Kowan in the State House. Man just gave them handshake and that was it.
Oh my God.
Wow. Presidential handshake.
Handshake and that was it.
I mean, it should solve everything. Right?
After all the promises.
I don't know. It
just ended in a handshake.
What was this summit?
I don't know.
Depression.
It ended in a handshake.
I don't know.
Sometimes I just feel even those in power, sometimes they should not be so eager to make promises
because of the euphoria of the moment. To just make
so that
promises
don't come and dash people's hopes. and all of that.
This
one has been made. Please,
let's try. This one has been made.
Finish what you have started.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I always wanted to ask, what was how much of an impact was Simon Kalika to CRCR teams? Because 2005, that 2005 team, that 2008 team, you could tell that there was something different. You just mentioned the training camp and all that. So I'm just curious personally.
He was the backbone of the coaching department. He was the let me say the tactician in aspect of the trainings. The trainings were unbelievable. He brought this Dutch coaching mentality into the team, and he was an amazing teacher. He had these skills, these management skills, these coaching skills to be able to explain in details to us that are from Africa what he intend us to to put in the pitch of play, starting from the training sections and then together as a team to put it out. No, he was the backbone of the coaching department, and he played a major role to our success.
I think it's safe to say the Dutch school actually favors Nigerian football because
What are you saying?
Westhoff, Joe Bonfrey.
Are you saying we go back?
Personally, I've always felt if we're going to get a foreign advisor or coach, it has to be Dutch.
I mean, I can ask.
Personally speaking, this is my own personal.
Yeah, not
opinion.
wrong. You are not wrong
Personal
at all.
opinion.
Okay, so like the poor performance of should I say poor performance in the national team, having been a Super Eagles player, what do you think is one of the improvements we can make in coaching, maybe information?
Well, my own opinion, the poor performance is just basically on the last few games that they had in the Nations Cup. They surprised everyone.
Yeah, we were shocked.
Me personally, I was really, really surprised with the performances that they gave to they later brought back that hope.
Yeah,
I'm speaking as a fan because before being a football player, I was a fan of football. So they brought back that hope, back in the team from the fans, and they surprised everyone. They surprised me as well, and to be honest, we deserved to win that cup. We deserved to win that because Cote d'Ivoire didn't play anything.
I don't think that team played anything.
What did they play? We
No,
deserved.
not Ivory Coast, not Super Eagles.
Yeah, but we gave the cup to them. We gave it away.
That final,
it
right?
was
Yes,
ours
we gave
to
it
win,
away.
actually,
We
or
gave it away.
lose.
That's the truth. We gave it away because if you come in terms of the better team, we were better than them. They had the better momentum because the fans starting from 3 points, and then they qualified from there. They started building up. They had that momentum up to the final. Yes, they are playing at home, but we as well, we were up to the task. We didn't live up to expectation at the final. That's the truth. We gave them that final. But like I was saying, the Super Eagles bad performances were, from the last few games that they played now. Playing against, is it Liberia?
South Africa. And Benin
Republic.
Playing against South Africa, they didn't show that hope.
That they showed.
That's the truth. They didn't show it.
So I have another question. You spoke so highly of, coaching, the impact of coaching for your team in the Olympics, and do you think the stress that we're going through in the coaching department in the national team is what is causing our problem? Because I see a lot of things happening in our coaching department.
Yes. As a matter of fact, is that coaching department that is the headquarter.
I like your hand movement.
Yeah, the headquarter of everything. Let's be fact here. Okay, I give you an example. Let's leave Nigerian national team. Let's go to English Premier League. You come to Manchester City. who is the
Coach.
Yeah.
Pep.
who decides everything? What is the coaching department? You have seen how everything comes out there. It's because of Pep that Manchester City is Manchester City.
Yeah.
It's because of the not only Pep, the coaching department.
Yeah.
Because it's not only him that is doing the
Yeah.
Synergy.
That's the truth. He has people back that are the people that are watching videos, that are analyzing, that are doing a lot of works behind the scene for him.
Yeah.
You understand? I could remember I had the privilege to work with Jose Mourinho. When I was in Inter Milan, he was not the one that was doing the tactical aspect. We had this coach. He's a coach as well. Villas-Boas, they call him.
Villas-Boas, he was one that went.
Yeah, he was the one that was in charge of everything tactical. He watches the video. He makes the tactical aspect of the games, the matches that we play. You understand? And there was certain times that he would come. He would prepare video clips of what you need to watch, what you need to do. He will give it to each player. If we come to talk about what we need to, we don't even stay 10 minutes. Coach will say, okay, this is the formation, this is what we need to do, this one. That's it. Everybody knows what they have to do. You understand? So this is what the Super Eagles is lacking. That's the truth.
Okay.
And on my own, like you are saying, please, whomever they decide to put there to become our coach, let them allow the person to do his job.
Allow him to breathe.
Yeah.
Let him breathe.
Both the media, both the NFF, both let the man do his job. No interference, so that when he doesn't do his job, then you can talk. Not be interfering left and right, center, forward, pushing this kind of players to him, certain amount of players, or telling him that this. No, it's not correct. You understand? Just let him do his job. Whomever they decide at the end of the day to be our coach, or the coaching department, they should let them do their job.
Let them breathe.
They should let them.
Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Do you have something for him?
Your time at Inter, you had exceptional players around you. Ibrahimovic, Cordoba, Zanetti, Stankovic, these guys. What was it like in the first preseason? Because now we're in preseason period. What was like your first preseason at Inter? What was it like playing around these exceptional players?
To be honest, that was the best preseason I've ever had in my entire career. That one season that I played with Jose Mourinho at Inter Milan was the best so far in terms of preparation, in terms of the calibers of players.
Talent.
Should I start naming them? It's unbelievable. And, it really, 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 really helped me in my career to be able to play alongside, learn, watch, study, and to be able to, not only the footballing aspect, because you have football in and off the pitch.
Yeah.
The off aspect is very fundamental. The kind of lifestyle they live. You have recuperation, because in that season we were playing 3 games in a week for the whole season. We had Champions League, we had Coppa Italia, we had the league, and we had another competition as well. So there were
proper conditioning has
how many
to
times
be there.
I stayed in the apartment that I rented. It was always, to be honest, it was always out, and like I said, the preparation was the best that I had. The intensity in which they prepared the game, he prepared the game. Everything was with the ball. So it was the best season in terms of, you know, the coaching aspect I'm talking about.
So which player stood out for you in that team?
Everybody know. Number one, we stood out, you know, even now one leg in getting go play. Ibrahimovic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was number one. He was the highest goal scorer that season. We won the league. There was Christian. No, not Christian.
Milito.
Javier Zanetti.
This is Zanetti, okay.
You had Stankovic. You have Cambiaso. There's so many of them.
Big names, big characters.
You had Adriano. Yes, Adriano also. Though he was not able to, you know, perform because of the problem that he had. You had Luis Figo, you had Balotelli, you had Hernan Crespo, you had Cruz.
Big personalities.
Unbelievable team. We had Patrick Vieira in the midfield.
As a national fan.
We had Julio Cesar, which is the goalkeeper, Maicon, Maxwell. It was unbelievable. Yes.
Brazil, Maicon.
Yes.
But which of your teammates were you then at that time were you like the closest with?
The younger ones. I was closest with Balotelli, and there was this other one, Santon. And also, I was close with Muntari because Muntari. I played also with Muntari then.
Okay. So, in one sentence, who is Balotelli? To you, compared to what we say.
Balotelli is Balotelli. Don't you know that? Aren't you guys seeing all the things?
The way we see him outside, is that the way he is normally? That's the same.
That's him.
Big energy.
That's Balotelli. There's nothing to take out or add in. What you see is
what you get
is Balotelli. Okay, I have to add this up because when he was younger, he was not that
crazy.
You know, he was more calm. Yeah, he was more into thinking about playing. And so eventually when he left Inter Milan, that was when Balotelli
became Balotelli.
Yes, the name Balotelli came out.
So
when he went to Man City, isn't it?
Man City.
I played. I was in England then. I was playing for West Ham United. That was that's the real Mario Balotelli.
That's the real Mario came out.
Why do you think you never signed for West Ham?
Well, I was on loan for a season, and that was the last season I had with Inter Milan because I had a 3 years contract with Inter Milan. And as a free player, they were not offering
what you wanted.
They were not offering what a free player has to be offered. So I gave them time, but unfortunately they couldn't come up with a reasonable offer. And then the Russian mafias came. I know with safe.
You ran.
Not ran. I flew.
Okay. So as we begin to round up, what do you do now? It's been long. People have seen you. What do you do now?
I'm actually in football management.
Okay.
I've been doing that since like 3 years now, and I'm part of a management team. We call it Abigail Football Management and Coaching.
Okay.
Like the past 3 years, we have been, having a lot of scouting programs in Nigeria.
Okay.
And bringing coaches to come and coach, having a coaching clinic here in Nigeria, and also providing a lot of consultations for football academies here in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, in Italy, in Spain, in Europe in general. And we have accommodated, there's this competition called Via Reggio in Italy, and we've been able to bring 5 teams.
I think beyond
in
the
total,
limit.
beyond
limit,
limit.
yes.
Yes.
I think AS Roma too came. The
No.
academy.
No.
Okay, they didn't participate in
No,
the
they
very
didn't participate
I'm
in the-
just aware
in the-
of Beyond Limit.
Beyond limits were there. There is some other of them that came as well, and they did very, very, very well. Very well. So that is what I'm into: football management, presentation, and giving back to the grassroots.
Giving back to the
Yes.
grassroots. That's
Giving
what
back
we're
to the
doing.
grassroots.
Okay, thank you so much. It has been a wonderful time.
You're
If you had not been a footballer, what would you have been?
Hey, good question. Well, I would have continued with my schooling, like going to the university.
What career would you have chosen?
Maybe ending up becoming a banker. Or something like
A banker.
Not a lawyer.
no,
I
no,
think you'd be a better lawyer.
no.
Wow,
No,
a
no,
banker.
no.
Sweet. Money,
Yeah.
financial.
Yeah,
Oh,
finance.
So while you were mentioning all this, one of the things we do on this program is we allow our guests to give us their best 5 teams. If you are
Five-a-side.
5-a-side team. So in just few seconds as we round up now, and I know you are already thinking about it.
Oh my God!
So give us your best.
Sorry,
5. Yeah.
sorry. Best Nigerian or entirely in all my career, or everywhere that I've played with, or just Nigeria.
Let's do Nigerian first.
Okay.
Then we'll now do
Why
your
don't
be-
you just do all of them?
Okay, let's do all of them.
Yes.
First 5,
Yes.
all of them.
All
All
of
of them. It will be hard for.
It's
for
hard.
let's
And
just
that's
let's
why
just
we're
go through it.
asking.
Mama mia,
That's
it's,
right.
it's
From-
very, very hard.
That's why we're asking.
Yeah.
So I don't put you on the spot. Okay,
don't
let's
put me for one
let's just do best 5 in Nigeria.
This is better.
Let's do best.
Vincent Inyama on the goal.
Okay, let's do 3.
Always and forever.
It depends on you.
Yeah, but
Vincent Iyama, yes,
there
what?
should be a goalkeeper.
Yes,
isn't
yeah.
it?
There should be.
Vincent Inyama.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it both players that I've played with or the ones that I didn't play with?
The
ones you played
with.
Okay, the ones I played with. Okay, Vincent Inyama on the goal. Defense. Okay, I will go with Joseph Yobo.
Okay.
In
Fine.
defense, left defense. If I no go put na 5. No. I want put tie, but since na 5 players, I have to. I already put defender, so defense. In the middle,
Yeah.
Papa on the ball.
Yeah.
JJ Okocha.
Okay.
You can't. There's
That's
no.
sweet.
There's
You only play
no.
with him for 2 months, so
Even the 2 months is enough.
Okay, last
JJ.
two. JJ. Okay, last
come on,
2
Farouk.
in attack. Without you being there.
Without me, thank you. Don't make the work day easy now.
Mm.
Peter Odewingi.
Okay, wonderful.
With the braids.
any version.
Even without,
Peter.
even without.
He
Peter
doesn't
is
have the
Peter.
braids.
To be honest, whether with the braids or without,
Peter is
still
Peter is Peter.
Odewingi.
Peter is Peter. Last
Okay,
person in
the
attack.
last person.
I will support Peter in front.
This one. Atakabi.
Yes.
Okay, I'll put Kanu Wanko.
Smooth.
Wow. Okay, I have just some 5 questions. Short.
Kanu Wanko.
Short for you. Between Joseph Yobo and Obinna Onwaneri, pick one.
Joseph Yobo.
Joseph Yobo.
Yeah.
Mikel or JJ?
Now question.
A question.
JJ Okocha.
JJ.
Yes, now when I was you asked question the people that really pushed you to play football. JJ Okocha was one of them because I remember vividly in 1994 World Cup. I was glued to my television like this,
Watching
like a
him.
young player watching JJ Okocha.
JJ.
So he was one of those players that really, built that dream one day to become a footballer for
Yeah.
me,
A propeller.
and built that dream to one day play for the Super Eagles. JJ was one of them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful stuff. I think we have to give kudos. Everybody mentions JJ for
But
what
it's the
JJ has
truth.
done for the culture.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
truth.
what-
And it's
Final
still
words
doing.
from Azubi before we go. For him.
Final words.
For him.
Well, we, like I said, I define office job. I define football job. I know the hider. If you hear anyone, please.
All
Choma,
right.
that's your
No-
chance.
No problem.
Choma, that's your
problem.
chance.
No problem.
No,
I will put it in my diary. So, to
But
be
most
able to-
importantly, apart from all that, thanks for coming. It was a
Ah,
pleasure
yeah.
having this.
you guys
interview
are
with you.
welcome. You guys
Pleasure.
are welcome. It's my pleasure to be here to talk about, my career as a football player and to be able to, share my experience,
Yeah.
especially to the young,
So young ones out
to
there.
the younger generations that younger football players that are
So-
coming up.
Choma.
I just want to say thank you because every time I sat in this chair with you or Mr. Femi or everyone, Mr. Brown, it gives me a clearer insight into what you have done and you're still doing for the youth in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. It also inspires me to
Wow.
do better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
And
the
from
kind
me,
words.
thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to finally meet you. You are one of my favorite footballer. I kind of ask myself when I watch you, which leg goes up for the use? Now right on that leg. If he shoots with like now fire. If he shoots with left, now fire. I do, but it's been for me. This is a surreal moment for me to finally meet the person I've always watched on the TV. Like, if this guy shoot from right now, fight. The shot could be like, calm down. This guy they fight with person. If he shoots with his left, it's done. So for me,
God.
it's a big privilege to have you here. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for honoring us, for coming. Thank you for following up with your name. Obinna means father's heart.
Yeah,
Thank you for your father's heart to come, the good heart, because you are so busy. You have a lot of things. You've told us that you're on your way to Lagos, and for you to even breeze in and say, okay, let's come because of what you see in what we do. We know we've talked a lot in the backstage, and I want to tell everybody you'll be seeing more of him from
Absolutely.
us. Now we'll grab him because he has a lot of things on his head to
absolutely.
invest back into the grassroots.
Yes.
And we Slum to Stardom, we're also trying to do some few things. So you'll be seeing more of him from us. Thank you so much for me. This is from
You're
the true
welcome.
art. Like,
You're welcome.
I'm
Thank
saying
you so
this
much.
like, this is Obinna Nsofor, man. The guy had to watch on TV. So
Thank you for your
thank-
kind words.
thank you so
And
much.
just like you said, there is more coming from us.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you guys should stay tuned. And for those ones, all my fans that are not following Slum to Stardom on Instagram, you guys are on Instagram.
Yeah, on
Please,
YouTube
I beg you now. Go and follow Slum to Stardom on Instagram. Please. I think I'm the first person that followed you guys. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the
One of
few
the
people.
first
one of the
experts.
first
So,
that followed us.
please guys, we need your follow button. Okay.
All right, thank you. So from all of us, thank you so much. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll be right back with another lovely edition, and we are planning something. We are coming back. So thank you so much. Thank you from Choma. Thank you from Old Niger, and from our Olympian. Okay.
You guys are welcome. It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
It's a
All right,
pleasure.
thank you. Goodbye, everybody.